kape. Mixed and herbal coffee. Mag-mixed and herbal coffee para tayo ay healthy. Ang ating kape, mixed and herbal coffee. Ang ating kape, mixed and herbal coffee. Ang ating kape, mixed and herbal coffee. Ang ating kape, mixed and herbal coffee.
Restore your confidence and immerse yourself in the luxurious yet affordable services of OSHA, Aesthetic and Wellness. Celebrate the season because now is the time for OSHA Aesthetic and Wellness. Show your love in your body. Avail their whole body massage, facial, skin, and nail care services. Be party ready with eyelash extension. It's your turn to shine. Come and visit OSHA Aesthetic and Wellness at the second floor, Rav Bros Building, Poroktos, Mateo Street Corner, Maharlika Highway, Barangay Matubato, Calbayog City. Book now. Call us at 0977-480-4550 or visit our Facebook page at OSHA Aesthetic and Wellness Services. OSHA.
Print Digital and Tarpaulin Printing, classy and innovative solutions for your designs and printing needs. We offer a wide variety of services from customized full sublimation to photo printing. Crown Print specializes also in signages, customized sticker, self-inking stamp, and laser engraving. Just keep in touch with Clark John Canejos at 0977-236-8647 and 0945-650-4479. You may also visit Crown Print FB page or email them at crownprint2k17@gmail.com or visit their office at the ground floor, Villanueva Building, Nihaga, Corner Royal Street, Calbayog City.
This is Infinite Radio Calbayog 92.1. Number one. It's Ricksmile, the morning shoutout. The morning shoutout.
Alright mga karadyo, good morning, mapahingaga sa iyong atanan. And well, it's a unique Friday for us today, no? Because I have here isang moy guapito. Moy guapito, usay ni siya nga kalbayog nun, no? Nakakatuwa sapagkat ang ating pong panauhin ngayon ay hindi lamang po siya basta kalbayog nun mga karadyo, kundi usa po siya nga, masisiring naton nga isa sa mga tanyag na abogado, no? Palakpakan naton. Mga karadyo, na akong po sisireng, waray iba kundi si Attorney Fred Perito. Mapay nga aga sa imo, sir. Welcome sa Infinite Radio. Mapay kayo nakasaka ka.
Mapay nga aga.
Oo. Kumusta man, attorney?
And then, kaya ko pa naman.
Kaya pa naman. Oo, kaya pa naman. Oo. Will you please tell us, sino po ba si Attorney Fred Perito? And by the way, mga karadyo, asya namon siya yan na bisita kay siya po ang regional coordinator sa KBL. No, bagan lagas na yung partido nini sa Pilipinas. KBL, Kilusang, Bagong Lipunan. So, Attorney Fred Perito, our very own Calbayog noon, no? So, sir, please tell us about KBL and please tell us also about your self.
Well, I am Attorney Fred Perito. Mother ko was the late Innocenta Rueda Perito. So he's also a Pandong. She was also a Pandong. And my father was the late Emilio Perito, an ex-soldier, at the same time a professor. They all passed away. I'm one of the children of the late parents. And I'm magurang si Father Ali Perito, who's gone away already. And then my sister Helen Perito, the teacher, was a prosecutor in Imus, Cavite, the daughter. And then I have my brother, Rene Perito, is always with me. And I have also a brother who is in the States, Emilio Perito, has a travel agency in the United States, and a brother, our engineer, Ramon Perito, and finally, our sister who is a nurse in London.
Okay.
I was from Galit Street before. sa Awang.
Okay, oo, to so taga dida gud kam ngayon attorney ano. Sa awang so dida ka ginpanganak.
Ano mong balik, taki ni baby maghakot.
Baby maghakot. Okay. So para sa kaalaman lamang po ng ating mga listeners, ng ating mga kasi Calbayog noon, si Attorney Perito nakilala man gud dinhi siya tungod sa iya pag-practice san abogasya dito sa Metro Manila. Can you mention few or some of your clientele, attorney?
Well, I have handled several cases of national interest like ako nagpa-disbar kan Camilo Sabio.
Camilo Sabio, yeah, a very
PCGD
popular
chairman.
lawyer also, no?
Yeah.
Oo.
And several lawyers in Manila who had abused their para kan Attorney Imbang, Attorney Garcia, etc. At saka I was the one who handled that case, yung 3,500 metric tons of gold na kinuha sa Philippines at nasa Spain yan, sa Barcelona, Spain,
talaga.
Barcelona. At the same time, I was one of the lawyers who opposed in the Supreme Court the deconstitutionalizing the family code of the same-sex marriage. I won on that case on the Supreme Court. And then I've handled cases about, remember yung Ramjen, yung Ramon Revilla.
Okay, oo, yung kay Ramjen na nahinumdum ka sa tuson, ang gipatay nga kuan, anak ba to? Magburugto, no? Baga family feud man na to era. Oo. Anyway.
I won that case.
Okay, so congratulations. So amo ito ng mga siring pa, mga landmark cases nga ginkaptan ni Attorney Fred Perito. Okay, so kapot-kapot ko yan ang mga karadyo. Ini nga appointment paper, no? Sa kilusang bagong lipunan kan Attorney Fernando Perito for the position General Legal Counsel and Regional Coordinator, Region 8. Okay, sir. Bakit kayo yung naitalaga or na-appoint bilang Regional Coordinator and Legal Counsel for the KBL Eastern Visayas?
Well, thank you for that. Actually, I was never a part of the KBL, and I know for a fact that this was the party founded by the late president, na Kilusang Bagong Lipunan. I think I was still in Calbayog then. And then, in the case of Bongbong now, who had 5 cases of disqualification before the Comelec, I entered my appearance as an intervening respondent on behalf of the candidate. I cited there the fact that the BBM is a Filipino, had never stolen anything, had never killed anybody, but all along, he was just a plain Filipino who came back to the Philippines, who would have thrived so much in London, because after all, they were there for quite some time. But he wanted to serve the country. And although I was part of the EDSA revolution, the best thing that ever happened to us, at EDSA, when General Bell was about to suggest to the president then, who was already the administration was in panic already because we were there swarming already at the EDSA.
Okay.
And then, no less than General Bar has said, Mr. President, you let us try to bomb EDSA, at least dun sa Guadalupe. And I think we were in Camp Crame at the time. You know what the President said, which touched my heart? I don't want any Filipino blood to be shed just because of this. Kaya na-touch ako doon. Sabi ko, this is the President. That,
So, you really heard it right, no?
Yeah, I was, but I was a part of the EDSA revolution. In fact, we were only 50 when we started the EDSA revolution at Isitan Building at Aurora with Butsakino, Mark Canonigo. We were just 50 until everybody was coming to our ranks, like Chino Roses, Nora Honor, etc. We were there. We were the one who started. But then I noticed that there were changes. The president was ousted, but we were expecting something good in return. But nothing happened. Anyway, I will discuss it later on. But what I'm saying, when I filed this, when I intervened at the Comelec, probably the KBL or the BBM parallel groups noticed me. Because when I filed it was on my own because I believe that he deserves to be the candidate. So what happened was, we won that case sa Comelec, na hindi siya na-disqualify. And I paid my own filing fee. It's 10,000 by my own money. Then it stopped. All of a sudden, there were invitations to me to join them. So I was invited. My group went to Ilocos, to Cagayan. And I noticed when I was already in Cagayan, the North, I was already known there. They know me already. They welcomed me. So I took my oath as they appointed me. This is the appointment.
Yeah. Oo.
In fact, the chairman here is Honorable Imelda Marcos, the chairman, emeritus. And the party president, Attorney Efren Rafanan,
Rafanan.
and etc. So I was, I am from Calbayog. Then all of a sudden I was sent to Ilocos to take my oath. Then I, as a lawyer, I had to take this responsibility.
Okay.
And I didn't ask for any single centavos just to be appointed. Mine is more on my own personal belief that I could help the party and I could be of help to to BBM Sara. Now, the reason why I was appointed is probably because I was really hell-bent on seeing to it that there should be a change. There should also be a continuity of what President Duterte had done to the country. So I believe on this point. So even if they're telling me, how much attorney would you be worth? I said, no, I will be spending my own money here. So I've been coming back to late summer, all at my expense. I didn't ask for any centavos. Sir. That's the reason why I became
Coordinator.
coordinator.
Ah, okay.
They assigned me for Region 8 Lady Summer.
Okay. So, by what means you could help the campaign, no, attorney, kay maaraman kitang kuan niya na talaga mang good ang mga tao, iba-iba ang ira mga perception, iba-iba ang ira mga pananaw sa takbo ng politika, sa mga leader na mga tumatakbo ngayon. So sa paano paraan ka makatutulong sa pagpapalaganap ng KBL at ng kandidatura ng BBM Sara?
Well, in the first place, KBL has been, as I said, a traditional political party of the late president. And now it is being revived. Whenever we ask people to kindly go for bongbong, they will also, yes, kasi kasama kami sa father niya, ganun. There is always a history of alliances, of whether it's emotional, psychological, or whatever. So, whenever we approach a nationalista or a KBL, binabanggit palagi nila si President Marcos. Hindi mo masasabi na, hindi kasi ako ganito, ako member ako ng federal, member ako. Hindi. It was all along KBL. That's the reason na si Attorney Rafanan had been going all around the country to induct so many KBL officers like in Catarman, in Capiz, in so many places na siya palagi ang tinatawag sa Pasig, sa Parañaque, etc. So I believe that this party will have to go on and we will have to, on my part as a coordinator, one of my appointments, my assignments were, well, to conduct massive recruitment. Meron na kami niyan. Require your members to fill up KBL. We have already that. In coordination with KBL officers. I am in contact with my relative, Martin Durmiendo. And I think he deserves such respect and praises for what he's doing for the party and for the country. He deserves our gratitude. And conduct information, siguro kami na sinimbahala later on. And then to lead in group in campaign, si Martin na siguro, at si Alan siguro maupay sini. And then I have to submit the list of, all of these are actually being done already. But what I am interested more, because as before I left Manila, Attorney Rafanan said that si BBM ata is in need of lawyers talaga will fight, maybe in the common league. And iniisip ni Attorney Rafanan, I will be one.
Okay.
So most likely, I'll come here. I am here. And then next week, I'll be coming here over. But then after that, I'll be in Manila.
Okay. So, once again, mga karadyo, para sa itong mga kaabrilaya na sa mga radyo, mga telebisyon, so Attorney Fred Perito is a Calbayog noon, and he has appointed as Regional Coordinator and General Legal Counsel ng KBL, ng Kilosang Bagong Lipunan, a very old political party in the Philippines. Okay, so Attorney, election is so fast approaching, no? Haranin na ang piniliay. So, paano pa nimo ini mga kukuha niya tanan masisettle the mere fact nga baga kuha na gud yan na, baga gitgitan ng labanan?
And very surprisingly at that, we don't have to, honestly, in fact, whenever they ask me in Manila, how come that you are giving so much time to the campaign? Most of them said, actually, panalo na kayo eh. And really, for example, when we go to Manila, passing by land trip, passing by Bicol, there are series of obvious na may mga pink. The truth is, when I was in Legazpi, ang daming BBM dyan. Pagdating namin sa Sorsogon, ang daming BBM dyan. Sa Naga, well, she might have some an edge over that. But the trouble is, we in the KPL, as well as all the parallel groups linked to BBM, mga silent kami.
Okay, oo.
But pero we know that by heart, this BBM is already a phenomenon. He is known anywhere. Oh, look, he has the support of the Iglesia. He has the support of the El Shaddai. He has the support of One Cebu. He has the support of Kibuloy. He has the support of old nationalistas like Manny Villar. And he has the hearts sa OFW. Most of them are BBMs. In London, sabi nga, what is BBM for? Mo, kay nanono ang BBM. I said, it's Bongbong Marcos. But then they had another coin meaning of BBM, bring back Marcos. In other words, he is quite, wherever he is, Bongbong need not have to sell too much of himself, because he is already in himself something that everybody craves for, to be the next president of the Philippines.
Okay, so attorney, here sa Calbayog, no, maraman kitang mostly baga sering nga ninira ang Calbayog kunis LP country, no. So nano ang challenge sa imo to campaign for BBM here in Calbayog?
Well, actually, Calbayog may be a liberal. I used to be a liberal too. My grandfather was the mayor of Tinambakan as a liberal. My father ran also for a councillor. And I have even my cousin as one of the liberal candidates. Si An Decenta, ngayon balita ko niya anak. But then I don't believe now, right now, there are many silent BBMs. I tell you, anywhere. With due respect to my very, very good friend, Mayor Diego, he is a Lenny, but siguro by heart, he is with the BBM because he used to be a nationalista. Kami mga nationalista kami. I was a hard nationalista follower with Rudy Tuazon. And I could feel na everybody, nagpa-pedicure lang sa ako kanina, taga-awan, BBM kami, BBM. So I believe na even here in Calbayog, with Alan Sarmiento, with Martin Durmiendo, and us, I believe that it is not more of a fight of the liberals, but it is a fight of who can lead the country well. Remember that we have the mother of Bongbong from Leyte. She will take care of Samar Leyte. Not in the way that she had probably manifested when the late president was still there, but then as a mother now, she is our mother for Leyte Samar.
Okay. So, bakit ganon, attorney, no? Kay nanong nagkamayada yan as clamor for BBM? Maraman kitang there are stories about the martial law, yung mga killings during the time, no? Mga desaparecidos, yung mga nawawalang mga individual hanggang ngayon di pa rin matagpuan, mga biktima ng human rights violations, and yet nakita natin na may clamor, no, at least sa mga supporters.
Well, I tell you, I was part of the martial law. In fact, I still remember we were there at we were there. When all of a sudden we woke up in the morning, it was started speaking to all the Philippines that there is no declaration of martial law. Okay. During the election, during the time when martial law was imposed, I was one of those activists. I was a KM. Siyempre kami noon, mga malalakas ang loob namin, lalo na pag nakakalusot kami sa military. But not everything could be attributed to the late president. He was a president indeed, but he was trying to rule the Philippines with something that could shake our society. Because look, we were then undisciplined. We were then para sa atin easy lang tayo. So he has to do something. Well, I won't take back all this, but then during martial law, yung sinasabing atrocities, I don't think that happened so much. I was a witness to that. Sa totoo lang, nakulong ako. But then, I don't think it was all out. I think the military on that part was actually abusive, but not the president. The president, when he said that I don't want any Filipino blood to be shed in EDSA, what is that? He is a Filipino.
Okay. So how can you defend also BBM, sir, for those saying na questioning his credentials kasi daw hindi naman talaga daw totoong nagtapos sa Oxford University ba yun, etc. etc.
Oh, yeah.
Di ba? Do you have siling pa mga kuan gyapon sa itong mga research nga ginhimo? The moment nga maatubang ka mo sa tao, convincing them to vote for BBM, kinahanglan ready kam luwat sa niyo mga bala. Opo.
Actually, let us talk of ERAP. Ano ba natapos na ERAP? Now, why did he become a president? Now, it's not easy to study or at least to enroll in Harvard. Okay, but Harvard is in the United
Harvard,
States.
sorry, no, it's
now,
not
when we
Oxford.
go to London, you talk of Oxford and Wharton, the best universities in the world. It's not easy for a Filipino to enroll there unless you are an Ayala, you are, these big names. But the fact is, Bongbong studied in Oxford, and I think he finished, but not in Wharton. I think had only a master, some sort of certification. But then, I will ask: Did Manny Pacquiao study in London? Did my friend study my compadre Ping Lacson study in London? Did Isco study in London? He has a certification from Harvard. But then all of this, it's so hard to join. It's so hard to study in London. So the mere fact that he has exposed himself already to this kind of very deep studies in economics, because I think he's an economist, economics, math, and everything. I think he has already an edge over these candidates.
Okay. So, sir, how about the ill-gotten wealth? Kasi ito talaga yung parang pinupukpok ngayon eh. Ito yung parang pang-sopla sa kampanya na may mga ill-gotten wealth. Yung mga Marcoses, they have unpaid taxes sa gobyerno. And in fact, may dapo final verdict ang Supreme Court, no? Nga nagsisir nga, they have to pay for more or less 300 million pesos ba of tax liabilities, attorney. So, what can you say about that?
Well, let us talk about the ill-gotten wealth. Now, let me ask you, accusers, you from the Liberal Party, have you ever come across wherein the Marcoses stole something from you? From the government coffers? Wala kayong na-prove. All of you are kadali mag-accuse. It's easy to accuse. It's easy to charge somebody for a rape or for whatever, but it's hard to prove because you don't have any evidence. Just because he was in power, you would accuse him that he was stealing the coffers from the government. No, he did not. He never did. The Marcos never. They are already rich because Marcos was a guerrilla. He has all this, he was also the lawyers of these big mining companies. And they have already stacked so much because Marcos was not only a lawyer, he was a top-notcher lawyer. So anyway, the so-called ill-gotten wealth, don't you remember that even Imelda was sued for RIC or RICO in New York? All the charges against the Marcoses were piled up in New York courts. But what happened? Absuelto. In other words, there was never any ill-gotten wealth that was taken in by the Marcoses. So that is a clear example. Now, in the Philippines, what have the Marcoses stole from anybody of us? You cannot prove except sinungaling, magnanakaw. But who is the magnanakaw? I think you in the yellow, when you're talking about magnanakaw, you stole, I will say it with all my courage. Well, we had liberty, democracy back because of the late Nina Aquino's death. And did you really give us all what you had promised? The upliftment of the poor, social justices, economic upliftment, and fairness to everybody. What happened to you, Hacienda Luisita? It was never returned to the farmers. So many things. In other words, kayo ang nagnakaw ng opportunities ng Pilipino which you promised. So I believe na itong ill-gotten wealth, these are only mere accusations. Try to come out with anybody who has a case against them. File it, and I will be the one to defend this. No. Itong sinasabing tax, whatever tax.
Yes, tax liability.
Yeah. Can you cite a particular tax liability?
Like parang parang 300 million, attorney. Yung parang nagkaroon kasi ng parang final decision ang Supreme Court, no? About tax case ng mga Marcoses.
I think you're referring to the properties in Tacloban. It's something like 23 billion.
Okay.
That's
Oo.
okay.
By the way, attorney, yung po bang utang, halimbawa, for example, ng kanyang ama, yung mga liabilities ng kanyang former president, pwede bang ipasa yan sa mga heirs, sa mga anak?
Pwede. Because it's actually a family situation. But then, ang sinasabi nila na tax liability, if I am an ordinary citizen, an ordinary Filipino who is charged, tapos, alimbawa, nakundik ako, is it not within me, my constitution as well as my human desire for freedom, to still file an appeal, to continue fighting for what I believe was an unfair judgment against me? That is the same. Now, the so-called properties that were actually levied against the Marcoses, yung sa Tacloban, okay, 223 billion daw, according to them. It's actually a useless land anyway. So they kept on appealing that. So the mere fact that we have the rules of court, everybody has to take chance on applying what is provided in the rules of court. We lawyers should know that. That is in effect. Pending pa yan. They said file an executory. Of course, if it is file an executory, how come that the Supreme Court would not take any action yet? How come they did not charge the sheriff for contempt of court?
Okay, oo. Kaya nga, sir, parang ito ngayon yung nagiging point of parang debate no ng mga former BIR commissioners, like Kim Inares, parang may mga sarili din silang mga pananaw. Kumbaga iba-iba po yung pagtanggap sa issue na yan kasi sinasabi na hindi naman daw dapat isisi sa Batang Marcos, no? Yung
that's right.
mga liabilities ng kanyang ama. Anyway, so sapagkat tayo kinukulang na oras, attorney, will you please tell us more about your plans kasi total nandito naman na kayo sa Calbayog at sa Rion 8. Ano ang mga hakbang na gagawin ninyo as far as the KBL Kilusang Bagong Lipunan is concerned?
Well, actually, I just want to appeal for something which should be more objective. The reason why I tried to help to be with the BBM, because actually I wasn't a BBM fanatic. I just pitied him sa dami ng he was being cursed, he was being pelleted, he was being accused of so many things. Ako human rights lawyer ako. I belong to the fold of Joker Arroyo, Binay, Rene Sagisag. I was a part of that, but then I noticed that sobrang naman itong mga charges. Do you keep on charging somebody na hindi nyo naman napoprove? But it is only intended to malign him. So that's what the reason why I joined him, because naluwi ako. But then in this election, I would just ask the people from Calbayog, from Samar and Leyte, we need a leader, a leader who knows how to lead, a leader who is energetic, a leader who can accommodate everybody. He should be firm. He should be strong and not could be intimidated. He should know foreign policy. I think the BBM has all of these credentials. He should know how to uplift the Filipino people seriously and to have an economic development plan which should be effective throughout the Philippines in such short time. We need a leader who does not react to criticism, and I think Bongbong is one. Unlike a president, Bongbong has the heart of every Filipino. If there are accusations against Bongbong, because he could be like his father, no, that's no way. He cannot do. He will never do that. Notice niyo ang personality ni Bongbong. He is honest. He is simple. He is straightforward. He does not react to may mga physical harm sa kanya. Did he do anything? He did not. Because that's part of exposing yourself to probably be voted by the Filipino people. So in our election now, I believe that there is only one guy who can help us now, who has very good plans economically, because I had seen already the blueprint. It is Bongbong. Bongbong will not be intimidated by anybody else anymore. Look how the unit team was formed. Gringo was the one of those who defied his father. Even Ping Lacson, he is my compadre. Now, many of these, like Harry Roque, why are they now being assimilated by Bongbong to join his unit team? Because this guy believes that the past is the past. He believes that we should move on. We should have progresses in the Philippines. But by rancoring hatred or apathy to somebody who might have hurt you in the past, that's nothing. That's nothing for Bongbong. Bongbong is a very fair man. He is religious. And I am very sorry to tell some of these detractors against Bongbong, they're even using the Catholic, this so-called Catholic
Pulpit.
Yeah. May dapat din naging gagamit si Jesus Christ, may dapat pink. Tapos, at the same time, may dapat sarap picture sa Carabao, may pink liwat. Compare si Jesus Christ sa Carabao. Anyway, there is no such thing as solid Catholic votes. There is no such thing. Kaya, we better stop from using our faith. Just vote accordingly. Don't ever think of somebody who believe na he can make the Philippines great just because he was a shoeshine boy, he was a fisherman, he was a boxer, etc. No, there's no way that we can go on with that kind of a leader. The same as some of these candidates who do nothing but destroy, calling names, like tatawagin ka sinungaling, magnanakaw. So all of these things, I am just asking my kababayan here, Lady Summer, please be fair. Let us give Bongbong a chance. He will lead the country well. In fact, one of those being whispered to me by Attorney Rafanan, because in summer, I used to be the counsel of the NPAs. I had handled their cases in Calbayog, and I acquitted them. Now, I will try to reach out, because I too was a part of the left before.
Okay.
So, who knows? But if I will ever be induced to help them, to coordinate with the government, I will see to it that the voices, the expressions of my brothers in the hills should be respected always. Yan ang kwan ko.
Okay.
But one thing, lastly, I had seen the blueprint for the development of Lady Summer. One of this is seeing to it that we would become exporters instead of importers.
All right. So that's very good. Kasi ang hirap pag palagi tayong umaangkat eh.
Yeah.
Dapat tayo naman yung mag-produce.
Yeah, right.
All right. So attorney, because we're running out of time, invite nyo na lamang po ang aton mga Calbayog noon, mga natuod sa KBL, kan BBM, and Sara Tandem, opo, para suportahan ang inyo pong mga adhikain.
Well, as I said, let us go for BBM. Whether you are a KBL, Nacionalista, or whatever party, so long as you believe on the unit team. In this situation, because I'm a Calbayogueño, I would say to it that I will help, because mine is more on the presidential and the vice presidential tandem. Luckily, I respect my good friend Mel Sarmiento, who told me to still be a Calbayog noon.
Of course.
Now, what I'm saying is, I would go for Jigo, because he's my good friend. May sinagsamahan kami yan.
Okay,
At saka nakita ko ang progress naman dito. Now, for the vice president, I think it is vice mayor. I think it's Daguman.
Daguman,
Well,
yes.
it's my relative.
Daguman and Aquino also, sir. Duha po sila nga kuan kandidato, si Dr. Clarence Aquino and si Rex Daguman.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, attorney, no? Actually damo pagaduntan natong paghuruhisgutan because tungod kay naton oras limitado manggod, damo didi na ang mga komento no, may dangani nagsiring didi nga si Maricris Montero Villarba. Good morning po Asya, ini ang nanginano sa pwesto Sole BBM and Sara siring niya. Tapos Abit Casio watching, good morning attorney Sole BBM Sara po kami. Joel Cadahas Torculas, BBM Sara Maricris Montero Villarba, and so on and so forth. So damo nga
Thank
salamat
you.
po sa iyo. Iba pa po ang mga namamati sa aton sa radyo ha, attorney. Nga iba po sa cable, nga didi sa aton sa live sa Facebook. Gracie Asadon is also watching. Nga nasirinluwatan ako nanay Mama Bear and Tatay Bear are watching. Good morning, Attorney Fred. Oo. Kakano ka ba gumikan sa Calbayog, attorney? I mean, you left Calbayog para sa career mo na doon sa Manila.
Well, I left Calbayog 1963.
Oh, badaw ihipak sa ng mga panahon.
And I have been there in Manila trying to earn a living.
Okay, all right. So, maraming salamat, Attorney Fred Perito, for coming over, no? Actually, it was Attorney Perito asked me to have this interview, no? Kasi kay may da siya correct na i-disseminate about this KBL thing, no? Ang pinakalagas ng partido din sa aton sa Pilipinas. Damo nga salamat, Attorney.
Can I bat?
Yes,
Can I bat for this
yes, sir.
candidates?
Go ahead po, sir.
I would like you to help the senatorial candidates which I am supporting. Mark Villar, because he's the son of my compadre, Manny Villar. He's a nationalista. I'm also a nationalista. And Larry Gadon, who is one of the
Wow.
better lawyers.
Oo.
Yeah, he's my friend, Larry Gadon. Larry Gadon, please vote for him. There will be changes. Mig Zaviri, Lauren Ligarda, Gringo Nazan. Gringo Nazan actually is the nephew of the former wife of my father. Kasi widower naman ang father ko. Then Salvador Panelo is my friend. Please vote for him.
Okay.
And Jingo Estrada and Win Gatchalian.
Alright. So palakpakan naton mga karadyo. Amo itong ginuundurso ni Attorney Fred Perito. Damo nga salamat, Attorney. I hope nga sa mga sulod na adlaw makapasyada ka ulit niya utrungan hino antes mag-eleksyon.
If you want, because I'm bringing along, as I said to my compadre last night at Mr. Charlie Tensingo, I'll be bringing a scientist here, a German scientist.
Really? Oo,
Who will-
baka naman dumugo yung ilong ko dyan, Attorney. It's a
Well,
German scientist.
He is going to be introduced to BBM.
Really? Oo.
He is planning for a business, na
Venture.
maging exporter tayo.
Alright, sige. Damo nga salamat, Attorney. Okay, sige. Nga mga karadyo nato na oras. Overtime na kita, 9:33 in the morning.